SMT Nation, we are back. Nation, this is a pretty big video. This one is going to cover basically everything in terms of trends that's happening in the home broadband industry. And this is directly correlates to the consumer, you, me, everybody who watches these videos and purchases home broadband. All right, so this is actually data from the FCC. And what this basically tracks here, and it's pictured, is the service availability to the United States citizens across the country. Now, the top table is from the 2022 data. The one right below it here is from 2023. I know it's probably hard to see. You could pinch to zoom. So go ahead and pause the video and pinch to zoom if you like. And then here is the 2023 data. You can pinch to zoom if you like. Hit that pause button and do that. All right, now I'm going to discuss them. And here's how I want to do this. I want to look at this from a trend standpoint. Everything that we've been kind of advocating for here on my platform is getting people connected, giving people more options. And that optionality brings pricing down. It brings innovation up. It gives people better speeds, better value, more reliable connections, more available connections. All right, so the way that this is set up is you have all of the technologies listed, from satellite to terrestrial. So you have your two major categories there. And then from terrestrial, you have your fixed wireless, and then you have your wireline. And then within wireline, you've got your three different methodologies or technologies, which is old copper, DSL, cable, right? Old cable TV that's been converted for coaxial for internet, and then you have fiber to the premise. Okay, now I'm not here to argue which one is the best. I'm just looking at availability and adoption rates here. Okay, so from the 2022 data, you'll see all the pictured numbers, but I want to take a look at 2023, and then specifically we could take these numbers when we get the 2024 data in a few months or whenever that happens. We can compare kind of the trend. So here's what I've seen with respect to the numbers. Fixed wireless networks, or excuse me, fixed networks. So we're talking about just all of them, right? So that would be, you know, the satellite or the terrestrial, doesn't matter, right? They've increased to 95% adoption rate, right? 94.9. That means more people have this available to them. More people are adopting it. So that's an improvement year over year. And that should improve again in 2024. We'll see by how much. But guys, this means that 95% of people have the ability to get a legitimate connection. And they are taking that connection. All right, next. Satellite is creeping up. They increased year over year by 0.1%. That number is going to increase dramatically because SpaceX and Starlink is starting to be available to more folks. They're densifying their satellite constellation. That number is probably going to go up as it, you know, again, there's more penetration within the marketplace. They make it available to more people and they can take on more signups. And of course, there's new players in there too, right? So we'll continue to monitor that. Terrestrial networks are getting larger. You could see there that the percentage increased by 2%. That's really encouraging. That means the builders aren't done building, and that number should increase probably in the near-term future as well. All right, now the big one that we're watching is fixed wireless access. The reason why this is important is because fixed wireless access is really penetrating the industry. People are taking fixed wireless in urban areas. They're taking it in suburban areas, not just rural, where it typically is where it shines. So we've gone from wireless ISPs offering the service only to now both Verizon and T-Mobile with sizable, you know, customer bases. And AT&T is getting involved now too with their 5G plus network build. They can sign up more people and convert them from their older cable services where they don't have fiber. Okay, so that's something to monitor, but that is up 2.4%. With respect to copper, that technology is obviously being sunsetted. You're going to see that number continue to decrease, especially with copper and DSL being decommissioned by AT&T, who in my estimation, I believe, has the largest copper footprint over the course of probably the next couple of years. You're going to see all of that completely ripped out, no longer being monitored, managed, and sold. So that's over. And you'll see the fixed wireless access numbers go up with that correlation. All right, so copper is down. AT&T, legacy, regional providers. That's all kind of in the background. All right, now with respect to cable, That number went down by 1.3%, and I'm going to tell you guys why I think that's happening. I think cable is being replaced by fiber. And I also think that cable is also being replaced by fixed wireless access, right? More so probably the fiber piece, but I think that's important to note that obviously fiber is a superior technology, downlink and uplink. It also is more reliable, right, from a general standpoint. So we're seeing that number kind of correlate there. And then with respect to fiber to the premise, that is up almost 1%. These numbers should continue in this direction for all of these things. The satellite piece, the fixed wireless access, wireline availability, fiber to the premise, those things will continue to increase. The ones that are going to decrease is going to be cable and copper. And like I said, I still think satellite's got room to run. And a definitely fixed wireless access. We will know when we get the numbers for 2024 in a few months. I'll make another video to follow up on this. But this is really important. This is the direction. This is the future movement of the entire home broadband industry. More people are getting connected. Networks are getting bigger and more available, and they're also getting better. You know, this doesn't talk about speed. This doesn't talk about reliability. But with more competitors and more builders, you get better providers, you get better performance. So all these things going hand in hand. It's never been a better time for home broadband. Tell me in the comments section which technologies are available to you, which ones you've tried. And obviously, I could tell you fiber to the premise is the ultimate in connectivity. It's just the hardest to build, right? Cable and copper and all those things, they're obviously inferior, but they're there and they existed, right? Cable stepping back, copper also stepping back. We'll see where these trends go, but share with me some of your experiences and what you think about this data. Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Please do like and share our videos. Subscribe if you're new here and turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll see you soon on the next one.